From the dust and the heat, a new fire is born. Where sun-scorched earth meets the eye of the storm.
They said ice in the desert, that's a crazy dream.
But we're changing the game, building up steam. The sun beats down, but the ice is cold. Where desert-born warriors break the mold.
The Basha Perry Bearcats are taking the lead. Brophy Preps Broncos begin to stampede.
The Camp Overde Coyotes own the night under the arena lights. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town.
The Centennial Coyotes are ready to attack. Chaparral's Firebirds, there's no turning back.
The Corona Aztecs are carving up the ice. The desert fist of thunder is bringing the spice.
A clash of the titans, a battle of might.
Skating like lightning in the desert night. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. From Flagstaff to Avalanche, a flurry of white, to the Hamilton Huskies, ready for the fight.
The Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, fierce and mean. Notre Dame Saints, a heavenly scene.
The Pinnacle Pioneers breaking new ground, and the Tucson Road Runners coming to your town. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ice Den in Scottsdale for the back half of this doubleheader. My name's Eastson, Stockford, alongside me, Colgin, Hirschel, and as you said, on the sticks, Dr. Ben. And we had a great matchup here. A reeling Chaparral Firebird team that is currently dead last in the league, going up against a Flagstaff Avalanche squad who is playing their second game of the day. Colgin, what can we come to expect from these two teams here tonight?
Yeah, well, Flagstaff is coming off of a doubleheader already here today. They've already had a game under their belt. It was against Basha Perry earlier today, but against Chaparral, this is a team that is last place in the league, but they definitely do not play like it. They put up a really good competition against Notre Dame last game. That was on us as well. We were doing that game last week as well, but they have a lot of skill up front. Their goaltender as well, Lennon McCann, is great between the pipes.
And Lennon McCann and Patrick Young, both very capable goaltenders. McCann will get the nod tonight. On the other side, it'll be Colson Howie for the Avalanche, and what is bound to be a great game. And another thing to look out for is penalty minutes. We know this, we know this Chaparral team leads the league in penalty minutes by more than 100 minutes, which is a staggering number. And this Flagstaff team, towards the bottom, a super disciplined team. How important are special teams going to be tonight, Colgin?
Unbelievably important. 247 penalty minutes for the Firebirds. It's 60 for Flagstaff entering this one. Special teams is probably going to be what it comes down to here in this contest. The penalty kill for Chaparral is not the best. In fact, it is the worst in the league. 71.4%. Going to be marked with a 20% power play for Flagstaff. expect to see a couple of huge special team goals here tonight.
We saw it in our first game as well. 3 first period power play goals for Centennial, which catapulted them to a win. And it's hard to be a good penalty kill when you're on it for what seems like an entire game.
Yeah, and that game really set up this one. It was 4 first period goals for Centennial, 3 of which power play, as my partner mentioned. And special teams here is going to be a huge part of this contest. Flagstaff will look for their 5th win, and Chaparral looking to add on to their 3rd of the season. Probably could have had it last week against Notre Dame Prep, but it was a late comeback for the Saints.
Been starting to find their footing a little bit. Well, what has been a slow start to the year has had a great game against the undefeated Notre Dame Prep Saints, as we've mentioned, but also claimed a win over Horizon in a 4-2 affair, as they have McCulloch joining them late on the ice here. And I mean, it's going to be a doozy. This Chaparral team needs to find something. They are last in the league, even though Horizon has a significantly worse record at 1-9, and that's largely due to penalty minutes, the fair play point rule, Colgin, where you get a point for playing fair, as the name suggests, and Chaparral has lost a lot.
Yeah, you mentioned those Huskies of Horizon. Before the Basher Perry game, that was their last opponent for Flagstaff. 2-1 win for the Avalanche in that one. Backstopped by a Colson Hawley 9.52 save percentage in the win.
So pretty even matchup here tonight. 2 teams coming off some long weekends looking for a spark to the year, and we're underway here at the Ice 10 Scottsdale. Kaplan now with it in his own end. He'll snap this one far side. Stepping up there momentarily was Peace, but he just tips it in. Quick chance there for the Firebirds as they look to get going early, but a good response there by Howie.
This is going to be a statement game for the Avalanche. They're coming off of an 8-0 loss to Basha earlier today. And they're going to want to have a huge answer here against a fast and firing Firebirds team.
And with AAA players out of town, both benches short, as Flagstaff normally one of the shorter rosters in the league. This one's going to go down no icing. But a couple key players out of the lineup tonight for the Firebirds, one of them being Enzo Gisler, who had a monster week against Notre Dame Prep and is one of the best point getters in AHSHA, sitting in 3rd.
2 goals, 1 assist for Gisler in that last game.
Chance here on an off angle, but that's just wide. Christian Welker on the chance. Now the other way comes the Firebirds. Umar and Kupanagari together on a 2-on-1. Thrown to the front to Kupanagari, but nothing doing there early on. Hammered into the zone far side. Kupanagari is going to be the first one there, but he's feeling some heat from Palmer. Trying to throw one in front, but can't quite connect with the stick there, as this one's knifed away as Russo trying to get a step but can't. Now stepping into it, but this one is going to be just offsides.
That's unfortunate for the Avalanche. They had numbers the other way. A 3-on-1 opportunity for Flagstaff, which was led by Marco Russo, one of their top players on this roster, but an offsides call stymies that opportunity.
Russo and Welker, the 2 to look out for in the white jerseys of the Flagstaff Avalanche tonight. And some new kits that were made last year, and I gotta say I'm a big fan, Colgin.
Yeah, they look really nice. Got the Avs scripture on the front of the jersey. A little bit of light blue worked in with the gray and navy. Definitely a nice jersey combo, which a lot of these teams in this league have.
Chance there in front momentarily, but that one finds the netting, and this Flagstaff team had a great year last year. Shocked a lot of people with its performance, finishing 2nd in the regular season, only to Mountain Ridge, and have a good little run in the playoffs, and kind of elevated their expectations for the coming seasons. Glimcher with it now. His brother still suspended as he brings a wide chance for Glimcher on the backhand, but that flutter's wide. Battling in the corner, Glimcher once more. To the front on his backhand, trying to wrap it, but can't. Now up top, but this one slips through the skates there of Voorhees, and it'll go all the way back down for McCann, who will sauce it ahead.
Really good opportunity for the 15-year-old Brooks Glimcher right in front of the net. Just wasn't able to get the wraparound across the goal in on Howie.
Slid through the middle, but that's taken away by Hunter Babbitt. Babbitt down the left side now. On his forehand, driving wide, trying to pull it in front, but the paddle's there. Rebound opportunity. That's cut down by Lennon McCann, and we have some shots here early on from two teams that are known for being scrappy.
Yeah, and these two goaltenders are going to have to stand tall. Already faced a numerous amount of attempts from the opposition. Yeah, it's still scoreless.
Lennon McCann has been very good for these Firebirds. .875 save percentage, 3.69 goals against average for a team has the second most goals allowed in the entire league, and we're going to have an early power play here, which going to the penalty box seems to be a theme for the Firebirds. It's going to be their captain.
That's going to be the captain heading to the box for the Firebirds. The number 54, Jack Miller, who will head to the box. And it was a celebration from Gunnar Babbitt as he went to the bench, went down on one knee, a little bit of a fist bump from him. So he's happy to send his team to the power play.
And I believe Jack Miller is going to be a call-up, maybe the captain of the D3 team here, as that one's wired and just a bit to the right of the net. Done with it on the half wall. He'll try and shovel it out, but a kick there from Christian Welker keeps it alive. Good keep. Savoni battling away with Cook. He tries to get out once more, and this time Welker cannot keep it in, and he will be forced to regroup. Across the blue now, the Avalanche with it. This one will be sent down low. Cook again. Banks it up top. It's Welker. Welker sends one through, but that rattles off the end boards. Russo down low. Simpson behind the net. He tries to knife one ahead, but can't. Now Umar might have a chance, but he'll just fling it down. Dunn was streaking, but just going to elect to kill some time here.
That puck took a weird bounce off the end boards. Hopped out in front. Thankfully, we had
Cook now walking to the middle. On the back doorstep there, and a save by McCann there with the right pad. Now below the goal line, this is Shao, who is the true captain of this Division I squad. This one in front, another save with the right pad of McCann as Herrera had an opportunity, but Lennon McCann showing his worth early on.
And a nice save there from McCann. Avalanche so far have had a lot of good opportunities on this power play. A couple of nice cross-ice passes from Flagstaff, but it's been Lennon McCann that has stood tall to each of those.
48 seconds remaining. Welker steps into one, but that's blocked out. Chance was there for Simpson, but he couldn't get the lumber to it. Now up top, Welker again. Everything running through him as he has been a 4-year varsity player here in Flagstaff. Up top, Shao intercepts as he'll kick this one out. Now the other way comes Crew Curry, who will rim this one all the way around. Kupanagari pokes it around one. He'll step into it. Behind his own net, trying to drag ahead, but can't. Now Kupanagari just going to put it into space, and McCulloch will go give chase, trying to kill some clock, as that's a dangerous hit there. McCulloch slow to get up, and there's going to be some major minutes dished out to Benjamin Cook following that one.
That was a hard and heavy hit from Benjamin Cook. He had a lot of speed going in on Andres McCulloch, and he looks like he's going to be okay, but that is a scary collision behind the net.
Definitely a tough one to watch. We'll await the call here.
It seemed like a seemingly unsuspecting play, and Cook just drive the right shoulder into the back of Andres McCulloch, and it's only going to be a 2-minute penalty for the Avalanche. Could have very well been a 5-minute major.
That could have been a 2 and a 10 as well. So Benjamin Cook will serve 2 for interference, and 5 seconds will tick off the clock here. Chaparral is back to full strength, and now they're on the power play.
I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of surprised with the interference call.
Kupanagari sent one just wide there, and me too, Colgin. Frankly, it looked like a board from where we're standing up here, but a dangerous, dangerous hit.
Or rough, but I don't know. I feel like the Chaparral player would have had possession, but nonetheless, it's a 2-minute penalty.
And Chaparral will look to capitalize. This one up top now, Savoni. Savoni dished over to Umar, who takes a spill but holds on to it, and he'll walk over top. Umar on his forehand. Down the right side now, he slips one behind the net. Still circling is Umar as he has it on the half wall now, dish down. Sharp angle pass through. Kupanagari takes a spill as a stick is lost there. It was Babbitt who drug him down. 3 Flagstaff jerseys on him.
Absolutely impressive from Kupanagari to keep possession of that puck. Fortunately, just squirts out from Chaparral, but this is a Chaparral power play that is 3rd in the league at 23.1%. Would be a huge kill for Flagstaff if they could come away with it.
Herrera with a good check there on Kupanagari in the neutral zone as he clears, and 40 seconds remain on the Firebird power play. Umar trying to do it himself. Great forecheck there by Christian Welker, who takes him down as well. Umar looking for a call, but Savoni will leap forward. Savoni to the front. That's batted away. Umar now at the point. We're going to have a whistle here. And it looks like there's 6 red jerseys on the ice, and just now caught the attention of the linesman as they had him out there for a while as well. And there has been cases where we've seen 6 players on the ice and a goal, but not this time, and Chaparral's power play ends unceremoniously.
And that's one of those rare penalties where it's actually the linesman who made the call there. He blew his whistle after seeing the 6 red jerseys on the ice, and everybody kind of looked around wondering what the call was. The Chaparral Firebirds took one look at each other, counted each other up, and saw that there were 6. So now they'll send out 4, and yet again it'll be 4-on-4.
4-on-4 for 24 seconds, and one of the few penalties the linesman can call is blows his whistle and sticks 6 fingers in the air, and pretty self-explanatory from there. Here's Andres McCulloch following the big hit that he took. He appears to be okay as he is flying down the right side now, but he coughs it up to Welker.
Good to see him back on the ice for the Firebirds.
Hemmed into the corner now. 3 jerseys there, 2 white, 1 red, and Welker emerges. Full strength now for Flagstaff as they're on a power play of their own. Already 4 penalty minutes. Just not even halfway into the first period for the Firebirds. Cook now. Kicked over. Welker with a chance. Again cut down by some excellent angling from Lennon McCann.
Yeah, there was Chandler Anderson who fell down in center ice. He went all the way out to basically the blue line for the Avalanche. That created virtually a 5-on-3 opportunity for Flagstaff, and they almost were able to capitalize on that.
5-on-3 momentarily there, but now 5-on-4 as this one's rattled around the boards and all the way back to Flagstaff's end. So too many players on the ice is the call. Brooks Glimcher will be the one to serve as a minute remains on that Flagstaff power play, and here comes Christian Welker. Welker to his left. He'll dish one behind the net to himself. Walking right in. He had it there, but it jumped off his stick. Now Palmer has to regroup.
You talked to me about the stature of Welker before this game and how he's a smaller player but likes to use his body as an advantage. He has definitely done that.
And a quick chance there, and you blinked, you missed that one just like that. Benjamin Cook gets Flagstaff on the board in an unsuspecting play, but nonetheless, the Avalanche are on the board. Power play goal.
Yeah, take a look at it. There's just a turnover right in the slot from Flagstaff. Benjamin Cook comes away with the puck and capitalizes, just fires it right past Lennon McCann, and it's in the back of the net, and Flagstaff has the lead.
And Caden Statchard was the one who turned it over there, and a costly one for the Firebirds at that.
Yeah, and that's a big goal for Flagstaff on the power play. A power play that's been decent throughout the season, tied for 6th in the league at 20% heading into the game, but they capitalize there.
So 1-0 Flagstaff here. 7 minutes remaining on the clock as this one's flipped through the neutral zone. Kaplan with it now. Steps around one and Babbitt moves it to Kupanagari. Kupanagari now down the left side. On his backhand, trying to shovel one on goal, but can't. And the other way now comes Pereira. Thrown through the middle as Kaplan will regroup now, but that's right back into the skates of Pereira, but well offsides there, and we will get a whistle.
You know, see how Chaparral can answer that goal from Flagstaff. They played well throughout the first 8 minutes of this hockey game, and just that goal cannot be deflating for Chaparral. They have to continue with their foot on the gas and continue to keep going.
This one bouncing in the air. Kupanagari can't find it. It looks like a new player has joined Chaparral's bench as well. I'm not sure who. It looks like Alec Kimmel will have a seat up front in the forward end. A lot of new personnel for the Firebirds, missing some guys. Here's Cook again. He lets one go just over the top of the net. That one had some steam on it there, but couldn't find its mark, as this one's now below the goal line of Chaparral. Cook again with it. Trying to step around one, but Savoni knifes it away. Cook now kicked down low behind the net with it. Momentarily is Simpson as he'll move it to Cook. On the far side now, East will just send this one down. Simpson taking a whack at it, trying to hold on to possession. Peace can't keep it alive. Now Umar with some pressure. Umar with a step. In on goal. Lets one go, but a great stick there on the back check from Gunnar Babbitt.
Wow, was Reed Umar just shot out of a cannon up the ice. He picked up so much speed in such a little amount of time. He was able to get that high-quality scoring opportunity in on the Avalanche, but just fired it a little wide.
And Umar been one of those great players for Chaparral. 5 points in 9 games, and with a lot of personnel like Enzo Gessler, Gage Glimcher, who's still serving that suspension, amongst some other AAA players out tonight, he will need to step up. Welker races to be the first one there, and he gets possession. Slid to the eye slot. Stepping up there was the newly added Kimmel, and now the other way comes the Firebirds, headman by McCulloch. Knocked off his stick, though. Russo had it for a moment, but coughed it up himself. Kimmel now throws one in front, but nothing doing there as McCulloch gets it at the point. He's dragged down, no arms in the air. Below the goal line now, Savoni, or Curry rather, but he takes the tumble now, and Christian Welker has it the other way. Russo trying to fan at it as he lays a reverse hit there, and an arm shoots up in the air immediately as his hands went up, and so did the referees, and a cross-checking call, and once again, Chaparral will head to the power play looking to equalize.
Yeah, if you're Marco Russo, you just can't do that there. That's a cross-check right into the face of the Firebird. Sent him right to the ice, right on the puck. Everybody's going to be looking at you when you do that. We get another look. It was just untimely hit from Marco Russo, and we'll send Chaparral right back to the power play.
And not one the referee's going to miss, and Chaparral's bench did a good job making the call themselves there, as I think every arm on that bench shot up in the air. Thrown to the front there in the feet of a white jersey, but swallowed up there by Howie.
Yeah, Howie, third most goals against in the league for goaltenders. So far, he's been sharp, however.
He started every single game for this Avalanche squad as well.
33 goals against on the season in just 8 games played for the Flagstaff netminder.
Nonetheless, they found their way to a winning record on the year. Speaks to their offensive firepower. Speaking of firepower, here's Kupanagari. Moving to his left, behind the net. Dishes this one up to McCulloch. McCulloch dancing up top now. He'll hold on to it, leaves it there for Dunn. Dunn kicked over. Umar was there, but won't be the first one as this one's thrown through the middle. And it finds the stick of Wiglinski, who can't get it out. Digging away in the corner right along the wall there. Dunn trying to get an effort there to keep it alive, but Welker once again walks away with it for what feels like one big shift, as he's been out there quite a bit.
Yeah, Welker is definitely going to be that X factor for Flagstaff here today. He's already been on the puck quite a bit, and he'll continue to do that throughout the match.
East now, this one goes down low to McCulloch. McCulloch laterally moving through his own end. He'll stick handle across the blue, now the red. Kicked out on the wall as it's Kimmel. He takes a hit now, but he wraps it all the way around. Kupanagari up top. Shakes one, cutting back to the middle. Kicked down the backhand. Umar, time and space for him. He lets it go. Big save there by Howie with the glove. Again up top. Kaplan looking for a high tip from Umar, but couldn't direct it on goal. Flagstaff trying to get it out. 10 seconds remaining on this Firebird power play as Kaplan will now move it through the neutral zone.
That was an incredibly skilled play by Kupanagari. He shook a couple of Chaparral defenders and was able to clear space for Reed Umar, who was all alone.
Pereira now with a chance in front, and oh, what a save by McCann! His right pad's on fire as Flagstaff can't find their way past it, and this one remains 1-0. Thrown to the front there, but that's slotted away by Glimcher. Well, Glimcher battling away in the corner as he drags a man down, gives him a shot, and gets his stick back. Another man dragged down to arms. The puck was loose for a second, but Pereira couldn't find it. Here comes Chaparral the other way. Glimcher trying to dance one, but can't as it's turned over. Again, jockeying for possession in the neutral zone. Flagstaff offsides, and Weeks will snap it far side. Huge hit attempt there. That was Pereira, but couldn't quite get all of his man as this one sent down again by Flagstaff, and really a lack of possession here in these last few minutes.
I tell you what, Easton, the guy on the puck right now, Brooks Glimcher, is going to have himself one hell of a career in this high school hockey league. He is all over the puck, standing at a smaller stature, but he's got so much skill and is able to use his body so efficiently.
And he's going to be one of those pests you don't want to play against. He seems to be really good at getting under people's skin, but also 12 penalty minutes in just 4 games as well, so not exactly helping with that penalty problem that Chaparral has.
If he can build up a little bit of size, he is going to be a force in AHSHA throughout his career.
Chance in front for Chaparral, sharp angle, but Dunn couldn't put it home. 65 seconds remaining in the first frame. You talk about Brooks Glimcher, brother to Gage Glimcher, who we haven't seen play yet on this live stream. He's been suspended a couple of times, and if you have a look at him, he's no small man, so I'm sure Brooks will get there eventually, and that will be a scary sight for this league.
Yeah, 6'1" is what Gage Glimcher is listed at. That is a large high school player.
Zhao takes one away, trying to make a move around Simpson, but Simpson got a paddle to it. Now with it is Cook. Kupanagari intercepts. Kupanagari steps through one. Chance there for Dunn, but he couldn't pull the trigger as the stick got in his way. Kupanagari below the goal line now. 20 seconds remaining. He lets one go. And Howie again has a response.
This Chaparral team is showing so much flash of skill in this hockey game. The last time we saw them against Notre Dame Prep, it was Notre Dame who came out with a lot more skill, and Chaparral had to match with that physicality, that pest presence. But now against an Avalanche team, the Firebirds are really showing off their skill.
That's this line that's been really solid. Kupanagari, Umar, and then Kimmel, who just joined them as he came to the bench late, maybe coming from another game or practice, something of the such. And Savoni will pick this one up behind the net, rim it forward as time winds down, and that'll do it for the first period of play. Through 1-0 Flagstaff. The lone goal scorer, Benjamin Cook, on a costly turnover from Kane Scatcherd. What are your overall takeaways from that first frame, Colgin?
Yeah, it was really just that only goal that Flagstaff had any presence in the offensive zone. It was a untimely turnover from Chaparral, and Flagstaff capitalized. Apart from that, it's really been all Chaparral. Flagstaff leading the shot totals 8-7, but Firebirds have really been able to set up in the offensive zone.
And we talked about Ryan McCann before the game and how good he's been, and he was really good in that first period as well. Came up with a couple big stops, but theme of the game going to be penalties. 4 penalties in the first period as we are on pace for a whopping 12 and 2 aside those. So not a whole lot yet, but some chances for either power play. What do you think they both need to do better to capitalize on those one-man advantages?
Yeah, it's just timely puck possession and keeping possession in the offensive zone. Chaparral has done a really good job of doing that, but it really hasn't come on their power play attempts. But Kupanagari, Reed Umar have really been filling the shoes of Enzo Gisler without him in the lineup. We'll see if they can continue to do that through the next 30 minutes of this hockey game.
Dylan Mickelson, another big name missing, as well as Quay Park, 2 guys who have been imperative to this Chaparral team so far, but with some guys out, it leaves room for others to step up as the next man up night for Chaparral. And with one game under their belt today. On the other side, Flagstaff, I mean, how tough is it going to be for them coming into these later periods?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a challenge for them with that short bench. I'm looking on the bench right now, and I think I see maybe 8 guys apart from the 5 on the ice, so that's 13 in total. So it's a short bench for head coach Kyle Palmer. That's going to, especially with the altitude difference, it might help them out a little bit, but heading down the stretch, their legs are going to be tired.
We'll see how it all factors in here. 15 more minutes on the clock, and we are underway here in the second period. And chance front there. Chance in front, rather, I should say there, and Russo will send this one in deep. As Waglinski had a quick opportunity, but Chaparral now trying to get it out and respond themselves. In the corner, this one flutters out. No icing on the play, and hustling Azumar. Shot out of the cannon once more. He bears down on Uriah Palmer. Can't quite get possession. That's some good body positioning. Neutralizes Umar's forecheck. Welker now the other way. Russo with him. 2-on-1. Back pressure from McCoy. Slowing down is Welker. Now at the dot. Looking for options. Slit back door. And a 6x4 for Russo, but he couldn't find any of it. Now a chance the other way. Trading blows. Cooper Nagari. He walks around piece. Has help with him. Dishes to Dunn, but just out of his reach. Now a couple sticks banging away at it. Babbitt will rim this one around.
Couple of huge opportunities for both teams. Just a missed shot on the back door from Russo, and it was Welker and Russo on a 2-on-1, and that is not the two you want to see.
Those two back at it again, but Welker gets it stripped away from him. Slid through the middle. That's taken off a stick there. Fetty with the interception, and now Babbitt stepping into an interception of his own, but whistle blown dead. The net was off from the looks of it. Maybe a helmet issue or something. And it does appear to be a helmet issue from Lennon McCann.
Yep, referee was signaling that McCann's helmet had an issue, so good for him to blow that, but Flagstaff is not going to be happy about that. Gunnar Babbitt was all alone walking down the slot, had a wide open opportunity, but whistle stopped him short.
And it was a great opportunity for Flagstaff trying to grow that lead, and we stay scoreless here in the second period as we are just about 2 minutes in. Chance again for Flagstaff. Jamming on the doorstep there was Pereira, but couldn't find the back of the net as McCann there once again. Again battling in the corner as both teams really haven't been able to establish clear offensive possession thus far.
Yeah, good zone time here, though, for Flagstaff. Have been putting on the pressure on the forecheck and have created a couple of turnovers against Chaparral.
Chaparral finally gets it out, and Curry will kick it out to the outside. Down the left side now is Glimcher. Glimcher thrown in front there. Chance was there, but how he swallows it up, or he's had an opportunity on the back door.
There he is once again. Brooks Glimcher showed his physicality earlier in the hockey game, now showing a little bit of speed and skill. Found the guy on the back door. It was just a quicker stop from Howie.
Trying to find a way to break through and level the score in what has been an even keel match so far. On the half wall now with it. Was Crane momentarily, but it's knocked off his stick. Palmer backhands it ahead for Cook. Now slid all the way across to Crane, who across the blue, but knifed away. Good stick there by Schau. Circling back now is Simpson, as he'll touch this one into space and send it in deep. Cook, first one there, wearing a white jersey. As the battle ensues on the half wall now, and this one will send all the way down. A little bit of roll here, and it just misses an on-goal opportunity. Howie was almost looking to play it, but that one had a bit of curvature on it.
Yeah, that one looked like a curling attempt from Chaparral, and it almost looked like it caught the edge of the left pad of Howie. Not too sure. I don't know if it was that or the side of the net, but nonetheless, it'll be a face-off to the right for Chaparral.
Welker will step in to take it. Russo lined up just behind him. Welker wins it right to Russo as designed, but Russo couldn't hold on. Now Palmer stepping into one chance for Welker. He was all alone. He scores! Christian Welker goes upstairs past the outstretched glove of Lennon McCann, and The Flagstaff lead doubles.
That is not the guy you want to leave alone in the slot. Welker just to the left of that area and wristed it into the top right corner past Lennon McCann. That is the last person on this Flagstaff team, if you're Chaparral, that should be left alone in the offensive zone.
And the second of the game where it's come from an Avalanche player just sitting in the high slot kind of by themselves with nobody near them.
Yeah, entering this game, Welker had 6 and 7 games. Now improves to 7 and 8 on the season.
That's unfortunate. Kaplan now behind his own net. Russo intercepts. Russo dancing around one, all alone. Russo to his backhand, and he scores! Somehow, someway, Mason Russo adds to the Flagstaff lead. It is now 3-0.
That was shades of Italian fine art. Oh my goodness. Marco Russo, what a goal for Flagstaff. Walked through a couple of Chaparral defenders, went forehand, backhand, showed patience, and fired it past Lennon McCann. And already 3-0 for Flagstaff.
And Umar with a spill off the draw there, and we looked like he got caught up high there by Pereira, who not sure if he has words of animosity or words of apology.
Yeah, it looked like it was the stick of Hunter Babbitt right off the faceoff that caught him up high. I believe that's just going to be 2 minutes. You rarely see drawing blood in this league with the cages protecting pretty much every player.
Pereira will get the call for high sticking. Not sure if that's the right guy, but 2 minutes on the power play for Chaparral in a moment where they need it badly.
I don't think they're going to care who goes to the box for Flagstaff. The only thing they're looking at is the man advantage, trailing by 3.
Now look to set it up here. Simone dishes far side. Now with it is Glimcher. Glimcher moved ahead to Kimmel. Kimmel sends one on goal. That's easily gloved down by Howie, and he'll hold on for a faceoff.
A couple of quick words from Alec Kimmel directed towards Colin Peace after that shot on goal. Tempers are flaring here between Chaparral and Flagstaff.
3-0 Flagstaff, and maybe some frustration boiling over on the side of the Firebirds as this one cleared all the way down, but a good stick by McCauley to bat it away and turned over. Chance of the high slot. Big pat save there by McCann. Far side now. Kupanagari collects. Trying to send it far side to Dunn, but it'll bounce back instead. He's trying to get it out, but can't. Good effort there by Dunn. Nice move there to Umar, but he couldn't hold on to it. Now sent all the way down by Babbitt, and giving chase as Savoni as half the power play has vanished in the snap of a finger.
Yeah, it's been the constant pressure and the sticks of the Avs that have given them this 3-goal lead. They have really taken it to Chaparral and have not let up at all. As you can even see on the penalty kill, they have a guy below the circles pressuring the Firebirds.
And the second worst penalty kill has done a great job so far, really limiting any momentum the Firebirds are in search of here, but Umar trying to set up now. Up top is Voorhees. He sends one on goal. Loose in the crease there for a moment, but Howie eventually swallows that one up.
Yeah, you mentioned that penalty kill being not as great, just 73.7% before their game against Basha Perry. They've been penalized only 19 times before that game began. That was the least in the league.
And that explains a lot. I mean, 4th least power play goals allowed in the league, but the 2nd worst kill percentage. Contradictory of themselves there as Weeks tried to step into one, but he fanned. Voorhees now sends one through, but that's blocked by Cook. Behind the net now, thrown in front there as Scatchard was looking for someone but couldn't find them. Miller kicks it to his stick on the half wall now, but 2 bodies swallow him up as he's hemmed to the wall. Anderson now pulling to his backhand, but that's well wide. And in front there, Weeks and Palmer going at it. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be a trip we will wait to see who will serve to. It looks like it's going to be Eastson. Another Firebird penalty leads to another Avalanche power play.
Yeah, that's undisciplined work from Chaparral. You cannot take a penalty in that area of your offensive zone. We know how undisciplined this team can be. The most penalties in the league, the most minutes in the league. You're already trailing by 3, going down by 4. Would almost be detrimental. We saw it in the last game between Centennial and Hamilton. Centennial went up 4-0 in the first period and never looked back.
And if you ask Coach Anthony Peralta what his keys to the games are, he'll tell you stay out of the box, stay out of the box, and stay out of the box. And so far, they haven't done a great job. Umar now short-handed as he'll pull up and wait for help. Finds Dunn in the high slot. Dunn dances around one on his backhand, shovels it on goal. Engulfed there by Colson Howie.
There's another skilled play by the Chaparral offense. That time, Matthew Dunn had it on his backhand, and the way that he was going towards the net, he really had any option available in the tool set. He could have gone right back to his forehand, or he could have cut across the net for a shot. Instead, he just elected for the backhand.
Yeah, didn't really change the angle. Really allowed Colson Howie to get set and didn't have to move much on that one. As a rather dangerous chance leads to an easy save. Pereira now looking to go north. Welker will snap this one over to Cook.
Me too, bro. I'm not
Cook
fucking
soft
quick.
through the middle to Pereira, and now all the way back as they flip sides to Welker. Welker on the right flank. Snap one through a Russo in the high slot. He couldn't pull the trigger there, and it'll find Cook. Welker sends one down low. That one skitters in front, but Savoni was there to claim it.
Yeah.
Pereira sends it back down low as Flagstaff continues to mount a power play attack here. A minute left for them on this power play.
Hey, if we
Welker
win,
on that right flank. Snaps one through. Finds Russo. Russo lets it go. Blocker save there. Now this one jump street. Chance the other way. Dunn has Umar with him. 2-on-1 chance. Cook trailing. Pereira under his stick. Umar in front. He scores! Short-handed goal. And Umar gets the party started for the Firebirds. They only trail by 2.
The first time this season that Chaparral has scored on the penalty kill. Reed Umar with the goal. There's a 2-on-1 with Dunn. Fired it across, caught it on the backhand, quickly switched it to the forehand, and just flicked it over the shoulder of Colson Howie. And that's a huge goal for Chaparral. You went to the penalty kill trailing by 3. You're most likely going to end this penalty kill trailing by 2.
And they executed 2-on-1s with right under the stick of the defender. Perfect placement on the shot. Beautiful goal there from the Firebirds.
And one of the coach for Flagstaff is currently talking to the 5 men that were out there for the Avalanche on that power play, probably going over what they should have done on that power play attempt.
They're getting a full demonstration there behind the bench as they were pulled off the bench forward, and the linesman gets drilled by a puck there right in the back. Curry will backhand this one in, and it'll eke its way across the goal line now and land in the hands of Hunter Babbitt.
This remains one team in the league without a short-handed goal in the Arizona High School Hockey League.
Took a while for the Firebirds to get there, and that's honestly surprising of how often they're short-handed.
It is indeed. Mountain Ridge is the only remaining team in the league without one of those short-handed goals.
Mountain Ridge led the league in short-handed goals last year. Quite a bit. Camden Babbitt, a big reason for that is he was one of the best penalty killers of the league. Hunter Babbitt sends one through, but that's blocked down. Now all the way behind the net. This one's moved forward there. But still in the offensive possession with Flagstaff. Curry now with it, trying to send one far side, but nobody's there. But this one will be on goal, so no icing on the play. Peace will corral it in his own end. Good forward check by Glimcher with the help of Alec Kimmel there as well, as they momentarily apply some pressure, and a big hit there by Glimcher. Moving north with it now, sent far side to Crane. This one going to go all the way down. McCulloch beats out the icing as he slams on the brakes. Kick to the wall now. Good job by him to find Crew Curry. Curry turns it over now, and that one's sent just over the top. So another costly turnover from the Firebirds almost leads to a Flagstaff goal. Babbitt now sends one through, but that's blocked. Crane now, he'll unload, but that one again warned by McCulloch into the corner. Snap through there. This one's going to go all the way down. Brody Hepper there with the clear, and it'll be icing and a much-needed change for the Firebirds.
Yeah, it was a costly turnover, as you mentioned, from Crew Curry. Found the glove of Hunter Babbitt, and he was all alone. Unfortunately for him and the Avalanche, it was snapped over the crossbar. Would have been a huge goal after just giving up a shorty.
Can't afford any more of those turnovers if you're the Firebirds. And Flagstaff, despite giving up the short-handed goal, is still on the attack here as they have shown no signs of slowing down. Palmer with it. Steps around one, trying to fend off Miller there on the wall as he has a hold of his stick. No arms in the air as they just battle, hit there by Weeks. Savoni slid to the front, and it looked like there was a momentary chance for Anderson, but he couldn't get it. Arm in the air now. Hustle to the bench as McCann, and Flagstaff will now touch up. Chaparral to the power play.
Another power play here for Chaparral.
Oh, look to see the call here. I'm not sure what it was, but Chaparral will take it. That's for sure.
That's going to be their fourth power play of the game. Coming up for the Firebirds, it's going to be a hold on Uriah Palmer.
So he did have a hold of his stick, and they did call it from another angle. Chaparral has a chance to cut the lead to 1. And capitalize on the worst lead in hockey, a 2-goal lead, to which my response would be there's no such thing as a bad lead in hockey.
I believe Umar either lost some steel in his boot. Just went off the ice. Wasn't able to put any pressure on his skate. I don't know if that's because of an injury or the steel.
Cooper Nagari sashes through one. Oh, what a chance that was. And it's counted a goal. My goodness, a goal. Cooper Nagari put that on Sports Center. What a finish.
Well, we saw it last week against Notre Dame. There was a goal that went off the crossbar that was called a goal. It didn't cross the line. And I believe it's going to be the same circumstance here.
And Umar is heading to the locker room now. He has full pressure on that skate. They're going to call this one back.
And that's the right call from the referees. That one went off the crossbar and flung to the other side.
Yeah, I don't think that one crossed the goal line, but what a goal it would have been. And what a move it was by a cool Cooper Nagari.
We'll get another look. And yeah, that thing just went off the crossbar. You can see also by the reaction of Cooper Nagari, there was no celebration whatsoever. So it's the right call by the referee, and this game remains 3-1.
Chaparral still on the power play, though. Look to get another one. Cooper Nagari now. Behind the goal line, Umar, as I said, did leave this one shot on, but knocked down by Howie. McCulloch now sent down to Cooper Nagari. Fakes a pass to the middle, and he slides this one to Savoni. Savoni sends one through, and Howie never saw it, but it missed the mark. Cooper Nagari now walking across the dot. He'll let one go, and that one squeezed by Howie.
Some constant pressure from Chaparral. A lot of skill from Cooper Nagari in that corner, working on the Flagstaff defense. The Chaparral has really been pressuring on this power play attempt.
And a chance for them to build momentum further, even if they don't score, although I'm sure they wouldn't mind the goal right about now.
I mean, looking back at that play for Cooper Nagari that went off the crossbar, it's the second time in as many games for the Chaparral team that they've seen one of those goal calls happen on one that didn't cross the line. It's very rare to see that.
Another chance, Cooper Nagari scores! Take his goal, he'll get right back it. He gets himself back on the board, 3-2, Flagstaff.
When you guys are watching this at home, this is not a replay of the no goal. That is what Cooper Nagari just scored. Virtually the exact same play that was originally called a goal and called back after it hit the crossbar. A cool Cooper Nagari says, puck don't lie here against Flagstaff.
Umar back to the ice. He has some fresh steel on now. Or not yet, actually. He has a case with steel in it. Timeout called by Flagstaff as well, as they've given up two, and Coach Kyle Palmer's not happy. And Umar appears to be talking to his father.
Having a conversation about his blade.
And some animated discussion here about putting the blade back into the holster as well.
Someone get this kid a pro shop. He needs some help getting his steel in, and Chaparral's going to need him too. He's been effective in this game for the Firebirds.
Calling the timeout from Chaparral, and the discussion between Reed Umar and his father. It is 3-2 as the Firebirds have scored two unanswered and only trail by one. The goal, a cool Kupanagaru from Brooks Glimcher and Crew Curry on the power play.
What an odd couple of minutes we've seen in this hockey game. A goal off the crossbar, called the goal, then called back. Virtually the exact same play a few minutes later from the exact same player.
And some family bonding to kick it as well. Thrown on goal, and a big juicy rebound there, but no white jerseys in the presence. Babbitt will be the first one there. Not sure why that one wasn't called ice, and maybe tipped on the way down and move forward. Simpson now will pick it up through the middle. Trying to step through. Good defensive play there by Voorhees. Simpson wants an interference call. Couple of bodies battling below the goal line now. As this one sent down to the half wall. Cook throws one in front, but denied by a Chaparral defender and sent down again. This time, this one will go for icing, and 2:48 remains on the clock in the middle frame, and a one-goal game here as we start to enter the final 17-ish minutes of this one.
Yeah, you got to give credit where it's due to Anthony Peralta's Firebirds team. Trailed 3-0 a few minutes ago. 2 straight goals from Umar and Kupanagari, and it's a 1-goal lead for Flagstaff.
Walk down in front there, and this one skips through. Now a chance the other way. Umar back on the ice. Fresh blades on his feet. Thrown on the backhand, but Kupanagari couldn't find it.
Seems like that fresh steel is working for Umar. Once again, was just shot forward with lots of speed.
Kupanagari tracked on Umar, let one go into the netting, and again Chaparral to the power play as they'll have it for what will be the closing minutes of this middle period.
And Umar just puts his hands up in the direction of his father. He wanted that one. Couple of smiles on both of their faces as Chaparral will go to the power play.
That one almost landed in his dad's lap as well. Almost stuck through the netting there, but Umar, Kupanagari, Dunn, McCulloch, and Savoni, the 5 for the Firebirds, as they want to level this one up in what has been a dominant second period for them. 4 goals in this second frame as well, and it's been a fun one to watch. Here's Kupanagari from the same spot. He has 1.5 goals tonight. Thrown in front there. Dunn had it in his feet, but he couldn't get a swipe at it. Umar caught sleeping. Welker now walking in. Chance for Welker. Is it in? It is! Lennon McCann thought he had it. Not sure if he did. And more controversy arises as Christian Welker doubles the Flagstaff lead.
McCann threw the puck out to Reed Umar, who's caught daydreaming, as once again, it's Christian Welker who takes the puck.
That wasn't it. That was sitting on the goal line. We'll have a look at it here, but nothing going Chaparral's way. They've had 2 goals called against them, and now 3. This was sitting on the goal line.
Yeah, you're right, Easton. That puck did not cross the goal line. Unbelievable from
luck for Chaparral, and you got the feel for them. That's the 3rd call like that that's gone against them in the last 2 games, and how rare is that? And I'm not exactly sure. That one was pretty clear on the goal line. Looking for a response. That was Kimmel, but good defense there by Uriah Palmer. Voorhees now sends one through, but that's waffle boarded away by Howie. Sent forward. Kaplan keeping it in. Good job by him there, but taken away by Waglinski. Now 2-on-1 the other way. Waglinski and Cook, but Cook just barely offsides. So Welker will get the goal from Uriah Palmer, but really that assist would have gone to Lennon McCann as
He tried to find Umar, and yeah, I don't know if he's going to want that assist, but it's a fake assist to a goal that did not cross the goal line. So credit it to who you want.
What a game we've had here on the Shane Doan side, the Ice 10 Scottsdale, and it seems like every time we call the game, we get something new here.
It's always something with us.
Cooper Nagari across the blue, trying to dish on his backhand to Dunn, but that's knifed away. Cook has a man streaking in with Linsky, but he'll just send it down and eat some clock. 45 remaining. McCulloch with it now. 20 seconds left on the Firebird power play. 30 seconds left in the period as he's dragged down by Waglinski. No call on the play. Welker now trying to find another shorthanded goal as Waglinski as he sends one through, but that's blocked. Dunn now in transition. Across the red, he'll kick it over to Cooper Nagari, who can't get there with his legs, but he bats it down. 15 seconds. Cooper Nagari walking in, throw to the eye slot. Umar got tied up there. Cerrone now going across to McCulloch as Chaparral will regroup, and 5 seconds remain, and 30 minutes off the clock. Score 4-2 Avalanche in a game full of controversy. Colgin, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, looking back at that last chance for Cooper Nagari, he was all alone in the slot, and he's one of the best goal scorers on the Chaparral Firebirds team. He elected to pass it to Umar on the left side. I think he should have just taken that shot himself and gone for goal.
And that's the type of culture that Anthony Peralta has been trying to instill, as one of less individuality and more teamwork. But is there a line, Colgin, where you have to be a little selfish?
Yeah, at some point you have to recognize that you're all alone in front of the net, and it's not whether you're selfish or unselfish. It's more so about just taking the best opportunity at hand. You have a goalie, Colson Hall, he's right in front of you, who traditionally gives up a lot of goals, third most in the league heading into this game. And you have an opportunity to beat him cleanly, and instead you elect for a backdoor pass, which had two Avalanche defenders draped all over Umar.
So an interesting middle frame there. One goal that didn't count, and then Cooper Nagari rather got back, and then one goal that shouldn't have counted but did. And what has been a wacky game full of unprecedented events here in AHSHA, and definitely one for the memory bank, Colgin.
Can you call it unprecedented if there's been precedent?
I guess there has been precedent. I mean, this happened last weekend too, but I guess unpredictable would be a better word. Is in a professional, we're supposed to find words. I'm rather speechless to what has happened here so far.
Well, he gave two adjectives, so did well enough.
Thanks, Colgin. This one at the blue line now. Captain Simpson will race there. McCulloch on him, but he zips it up to Crane. Crane now trying to get it in deep. Salone's there, but he will finally get it below the goal line. Now back up to Crane. He unloads. Big block there by McCulloch. Glimsher now, he takes a hit. Arm shoots up in the air. Uriah Palmer is going to go to the box. It's going to be two for a questionable interference call. And again, what has been a wacky game.
Yeah, Palmer goes palms up, wondering why he's headed to the box. We'll take a look at this. It's a little bit out of our frame, but clearly Glimsher had the puck on his stick. But seemingly, looked like it was about to be an absolute massive hit for Uriah Palmer. Instead, he's going to the box, and Chaparral back to the power play.
And I'm not capitalized quite yet. Welker the other way, he's hooked, and just like that, the power play is over as a result of some hard work from Christian Welker.
Penalty kills of both of these teams have really shown through in this game. Seen two shorthanded goals, one for each team. Now the penalty kill of the Avalanche will even things up. It'll be Philip Kaplan who will go to the box for the Firebirds. We'll play a little bit of 4-on-4 hockey for a very extended time.
Minute 40 seconds, 4-on-4, a little bit of extra ice out there for either side, and this is where your skill guys come in handy, and they're out there for either side right now. Cooper Nagari waltzes around one, shovels it ahead. A man takes a tumble in Russo. Kupanagari still dancing along, slowly making his way down the ice. And finally taken away from him by Babbitt, but nice little run there from Kupanagari. Welker now the other way has Russo with him 2-on-2. Finds Russo, lets one go, kick save and a beauty there. Now the other way come the Firebirds. Voorhees leading the rush. Still with it is Voorhees below the goal line as he'll take this and move it up to the point to Umar. Umar walks, trying to find Kupanagari and will somehow, but Pereira takes it away swiftly. Umar trying to shake one, pokes it ahead, taken off his stick momentarily, and now here comes Babbitt the other way. Maybe a 2-on-1 if they hurry, but a good back check there by Reed Umar to take it away from Russo. Umar slices through a couple, still with it, on his backhand, and what a shot that was on the offhand. That's impressive, but just missed his target.
Yeah, deked and dangled through about every Avalanche on the ice, but just fired it over the net.
Cook now trying to respond. Simpson will pick it up, and now Cook again. Stepping in there. Shot on goal, Pereira, another kick save. Now Kupanagari the other way. He might have an opportunity, but 3 white jerseys back. Trying to go to his backhand. He'll bring it around the net, take it away, but Dunn will have plenty of time to get there. 5 seconds left on Flagstaff's penalty, so they'll have a brief power play here starting now as Uriah Palmer wastled to the bench. Slid the high slot, but Glimsher couldn't quite get there. Savoni moves it ahead wisely, and Glimsher will slide it high slot. And Curry will have to race it as it gets out of the zone.
Once again, this Flagstaff penalty guy, I know it's been brief, but the penalty kill comes up big.
Glimsher, nice move there, chance in front. Oh, what a goal that would have been, but how he shuts the 5-hole tight. Kaplan couldn't hold on to that one there, and that one gets out of the zone as it crossed over that determining edge, and neutral zone draw ahead.
Man, Brooks Glimsher, once again, another glimpse of skill from him. Almost had another highlight reel goal.
How about the creativity from Glimsher as well? Not a exactly common move that you would see on a typical toe drag. I don't even know what to call that one. Looked like he skidded backwards before feeding it back through to himself, and what was a pretty move to watch at that.
I'll call it beautiful.
That's the name of the move. Put a trademark on that one, Colgin. Savoni now. He'll try and step around one, but Welker knifes it away. And skating into it, there's Anderson. Finds Weeks in the high slot, but his shot's blocked. Thrown through the middle again. Now Babbitt will chip this one off the glass and out of the zone. 11 minutes remaining in regulation here. Savoni rattles one around the end wall there. And Palmer will send it in deep. Savoni will give chase and pick it up in the trapezoid. Again, rattling one up the wall. Tough one for Miller to catch. And it finds its way right back to Savoni. Weeks slapped through the middle of Babbitt intercepts. And he'll just send it deep again. Good job by this Avalanche team to keep the forecheck high and keep pucks below the goal line here, making the Firebirds play a 200-foot game.
Yeah, it's really just about killing the clock at this point for Flagstaff. You want to keep pressuring and maybe try to get another goal, but at this point, you just want to get everything in deep with the 2-goal lead.
And they force an icing there, so now an offensive zone draw, and what was a great shift from that Flagstaff squad as Babbitt took a spill in front of his own bench and face up for a moment, but he's okay.
A couple of smiles from his coaches, but
it's been a long day for this Avalanche squad as they enter crunch time here on Sunday night in what is their second game of the day, and I'm sure a long day for them, and they'll have to go to school tomorrow.
Yeah, a little souvenir for a kid after the puck finds its way past the netting over the glass. Yeah, this Flagstaff team has had a long day, and they have a long car ride back home to Flagstaff. This game is played in Scottsdale.
Huge hit there by Shao on Cook, and great step at the blue line to bury him at the blue line.
That's as clean as it gets, too.
Kupanagari trying to lay a hit of his own. He drags a man down, but falls with him. And now Kupanagari with it. Makes a move around one. Trying to pull it on his backhand. Looked to go between the legs, but couldn't get it all the way through. Now Umar left with scores! A howitzer from Reed Umar on the one-timer, and just like that, the lead's back to 1 for Flagstaff.
This duo of Koopa Nagari and Umar have been absolutely dynamite here tonight for Chaparral. It's the first time we've seen them connect on a goal. But from the standpoint of Koopa Nagari, missed an opportunity on the left side, circled behind the net, found Umar in the middle, and an absolute cannon from number 20, and just like that, 4-3 is your score.
2 goals for Umar on the night, 1 for Koopa Nagari, as they've been responsible for just about everything offensively in this Firebird offense.
And they needed to. Without Gisler on the ice, without a couple of key players, they've really needed to step up, and they have so far.
Umar with it now. He'll shy away from a charging Christian Welker. Now a chance the other way. Here come the Avalanche. It's Waglinski with it, but he's forced to an off angle, and we'll just throw it on goal. Easily handled by Lennon McCann.
These next 10 minutes are really going to be telling of what these two teams are going to be able to produce heading towards the end of the season and the middle part and the end. It's only 2 wins on the season for Chaparral. And if they can manage a comeback here against the Avalanche, it would be huge for their season.
Nearing that halfway point of the year and almost an all-star break as we creep towards December, where we will get a all-star game at all 4 levels in Mollett Arena. And I'd imagine this Firebird team has a couple of them. But that last goal, Umar from Koopa Nagari. 9 flat remaining as the score is 4-3. Stepping through is Curry, and a chance there, but that's swatted aside. Waglinski now the other way, has a trailer, trying to find Welker, but a great back check, an excellent stick from Voorhees. He's now goes over, shot from the point, tipped in front there. The left pad of McCann is there, and the glove to follow.
This is where, if you're head coach Kyle Palmer for Flagstaff, you really need to be pressuring and telling your team that you need 1 more goal. Can't look up at the scoreboard and see that lead and get caught napping. You need to get 1 more on the board, or else this Chaparral team will find a way back into the hockey game.
And this is where one of 2 things will happen. The legs will either get tired for the Avalanches. This is the end of their 2nd game of the day, or it will show to be prosperous the altitude that they practice in. Herrera with it now, taking the tumble there was Glimcher. Now Flagstaff will come away with it. Good stick though by Voorhees, as he's had a good shift here. Babbitt will send this one in deep, as again Flagstaff will play the chase game. And Savoni gets a little header up there behind the goal line to Fetty. No arms in the air though, as Fetty took a bit of a reverse hit, and some jeers from the crowd alongside it. Glimcher now. Curry stepping through, but a good defensive play there by Babbitt. Glimcher now cutting through middle. Taking it a long way across center ice. He'll leave it with Curry. Curry will just throw and fling this one down. The icing will be called. So all the way back to Chaparral's end, and 7.5 for them to level the score.
I tell you what, Easton, I would not be surprised if we have a fun finish here in this hockey game. Bodies are starting to fly everywhere. Both these teams have so many skilled players on their roster that I wouldn't be surprised if we have a huge finish.
Both teams like to play physical. We've seen it here tonight. We'll see what's in store. Last half, final frame. Here we go, Eastson, Scottsdale. And what has been a great doubleheader here tonight. Babbitt behind his own net now. He'll move it ahead. Slid forward once more with it is Cook. Chipped in by Cook. Anderson and him will race to it. Puck still up for grabs. Pepper was there to help momentarily, and now it'll go ahead. Miller trying to chip it ahead, stepping around 1, but Palmer gets in his way.
You got to be curious if Palmer was worried about getting another penalty after his hit on Glimcher. It's virtually the same area of the ice and same type of hit that he would have laid.
Kick saved there by McCann. And now McCall will pick it up, not to mention Palmer. That would have been his 3rd penalty of the night. 4 penalties, and that is a 1-game suspension and an ejection from the game. So one more would put him in dangerous territory in a position where Flagstaff would likely have to bench him, which they can't afford to do with a short bench at the end of a long weekend. Here's Kupanagari the other way, Dunn alongside him. Kupanagari, toe dragging, pulling, trying to lift one on goal there, but didn't quite get all of it, and it hits the pads there from Colson Howie.
Man, Akul Kupanagari has patented that move. Going from the inside to the outside onto his backhand, then flipping it right back to his forehand, attempting to get it over the shoulder of the goaltender. He's already done it here twice tonight. Both have been called goals. Only one stood, though.
And one there would have been huge as well, but first time he's really banged on that move as Teflin will take a swing at this one and it'll head out of play, and we'll go right back to where we came from just moments ago.
That's just what happens, though, when you pull out the same move so many opportunities in the same game. The other team's going to learn that move and know when you're pulling it out, and they're going to be able to defend it much better than the first attempts.
Russo now kicks it up to his skate. No offsides called. Savoni trying to advance it north. Taking off his stick. Welker now from the trapezoid. Wheeling around the net. He'll bring it up to the dash now. Welker slips a hit. Right back below the goal line now. Thrown one in front there. Waglinski was there, but couldn't get a stick to it. Kupanagari had a spring there, but nothing.
There's great patience there by Welker to wait out the Chaparral defenders.
And Welker just leveled Dunn along the glass and straight to his face as Umar, as he has some choice words for him. But in a huge spot in this game, 2 arms in the air, power play, Chaparral.
That Dunn brought it into the zone. Welker had a huge back step, brought the left shoulder into the back of Dunn and sent him into the boards. This is going to be a very big call here from the refs. They will only call it a 2-minute.
2-minute game misconduct, so Welker's done for the game.
They're sending a 2 and a 10, so someone else, I believe, has to serve. And it'll be number 24, Treston Crane, who will serve the penalty alongside Welker. So his night is over. That's a huge loss for Flagstaff.
One of, if not their best player on both ends of the ice.
And also, they now have 2 less players on the bench.
2, yeah, for 2 minutes here. Short bench for a penalty kill. Russo had a chance to step through, but what a play by Kupanagari. Kupanagari dancing through one. Between the legs, oh, he's just wide. Kupanagari now backhanding it down low. Curry with it in the corner. Dish to the half wall. I believe that's Glimcher. Glimcher walking in. He might have had a step there, but a great defensive play by Babbitt. Glimcher's still with it. Throws a shot there. Easily handled, though, by Colson Howie as 38 seconds have ticked away on a huge Firebird power play. They need a goal here, Colgin.
Yeah, you look back on that opportunity for Kupanagari. He was all alone in the slot, and I love to see that kind of skill from him going between the legs, but in that area of the ice and with nobody in front of you, it's really not necessary. And when your team's trailing by 1 with under 5 minutes to go, you have to put on a more competitive shot than what he put on. It's a great display of skill, but just not the right move in that area of the ice.
And clearly, he's had a great night. He's feeling himself. He's trying that from that area as well. But here he is with it now. Thrown in front there. Oh, what a chance it was for Dunn, but it fluttered wide. Then thrown again in front. Howie engulfed it. Dunn poked away, and we will get a whistle. 65 seconds remaining on the power play.
It's a great play from Umar behind the net. Found Dunn in the middle and just fanned on the shot opportunity. Didn't have his lower hand low enough on his stick and wasn't able to get enough power on the shot, and it fluttered wide.
And just inches away, and what has been a game of inches here tonight. Chance up tie. McCulloch shot block. Rebound opportunity was there, but gloved away. McCulloch again with it. Time and space, but he fans. Tight turning there, kept it alive, but now a chance the other way. Stepping through is Babbitt. Babbitt shadowed by McCulloch. Good back check by him here. He takes a spill. No penalty called there. Flagstaff wanted one, but won't get it. Dunn knifes forward. A huge hit there as Dunn was down. No call somehow, and Dunn is quite shaken off after what was a nasty looking hit.
Yeah, that's just If you're the referees, that has to be a penalty.
Dunn lunging for the puck there. I mean, it's tough to say. That's a pretty bang play with Dunn going down, but
we'll get another look at it. Look to be number 17 on Flagstaff, Troy Palmer. And Dunn was already coming to the ice, but Palmer skated through him. It was a knee on what looked to be Matthew Dunn's head. That's an incredibly dangerous play there. Thankfully for everyone on the ice that Dunn is okay, and for Flagstaff that Palmer is remaining on the bench and not heading to the box.
Flagstaff will send it down now. Another pivotal call in this game, and 20 seconds remain on the Firebird power play. Good pressure by Waglinski here. Arm in the air now, and wow, holding on McCulloch. Flagstaff to the power play, and McCulloch is not happy as he thought he was getting held on to, and slams his stick, and that's a game misconduct. He will be ejected.
Yeah, that's that undisciplined play that you see from Chaparral. It was hard to tell what was happening behind the net, but you can't do that if you're McCulloch.
And then just about the worst time possible. We'll have 16 seconds of 4-on-4 as Alec Kimmel will go over to serve. And then Chaparral will be left with 1:51 at even strength. Pereira stepping around one, but that's deflected out of play.
So as we look towards the final 3:40-ish of the third period, Chaparral is going to be without Andres McCulloch, and Flagstaff is going to be without Christian Welker for the remainder of this game.
Two key players to both sides, so level playing field here. Hustling to the bench now is Crane as he's out of the box, and Flagstaff is on the power play, and they're really not pressuring much as this one's just easily sent down.
If you're Curry, you just hold on to that puck and wait for Flagstaff to come to you. If they're not going to give you any pressure on the power play, then why send it all the way down the ice?
And he had all the time in the world. Pereira stepping through now. He'll leave this one behind. Waglinski now with it. Goes back to Pereira. Pereira, high slot shot, but that's warded aside there by Lennon McCann.
Don't be surprised if Chaparral gets the puck in the offensive zone if head coach Anthony Peralta pulls the goalie.
2:45 remaining. Just about a minute on this Avalanche power play. Wide open on the backdoor step was Pereira, but he took his time, or didn't take enough time, rather, as he batted it on goal. Russo now. Time and space. Slid one backdoor, but nobody there. Trying to set up here is the Avalanche. They're mounting an attack, but Curry with a good clearance there. 35 remaining on an Avalanche power play.
It's a big penalty kill for Chaparral. They need to kill this one off.
Chance there for a second. Babbitt almost scored on his own goal. And at this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if that's how this game ended.
He was just firing the puck around the net, and it looked like it took a carom off of how we skate. And thankfully for the Avalanche, that one did not find its way into the back of the net.
And luckily for Chaparral, offensive zone draw for them. McCann going to stay put, 20 seconds. Kupanagari will try and chew that down. Umar picking it up on his backhand. Throws one through the middle, but no red jerseys there. Where he's now throwing one on goal, but that doesn't get through. Good back check there by Umar as he strips Simpson. Umar now throws one on goal, but that's blocked aside again. A lot of block shots by the Avalanche in this final frame, and Chaparral back to full strength as they need a goal to tie it. Russo walking in, lets one go, gloved by McCann, and we'll wait to see if a timeout's called or if Anthony Peralta, and a timeout will be called by Chaparral as they have 1:40 to level the score. If you're Anthony Peralta, what are you telling your guys right now, Colgin?
First, you need to get possession in the offensive zone. They need to get Lennon McCann out of the net. We saw that last week against Notre Dame. It was a struggle for them to get him out of the net. Whether it was a lack of communication or just not the right opportunity for the Firebirds, they weren't able to get him pulled, and that led to no offensive zone time, and it was still 5-on-5. If you're Anthony Peralta, you need to tell your team to get offensive pressure so that you can get the goaltender out of the net and make it 6-on-5.
They will be without their top two blue liners as well, as McCulloch was sent off earlier and Dean Perkis is not here tonight. So the two for them will be Zhao by the looks of it. And I think he's going to be joined by Tristan Voorhees as Umar Kupernagari and Dunn, that ever so solid top unit for them, will lead the charge and try and find one more in what has been a ridiculous night here.
Good to see Matthew Dunn is okay. But additionally for Chaparral, they're without Enzo Gisler, who was by far their best offensive producer in the last game. Had the 2 goals and the 1 assist. And they're going to have to complete this game without him, as they have through the first 30, 44 minutes of the game.
Defensive zone is where Chaparral will start in an important draw without their best face-off man in Christian Welker. But a great win there. Babbitt now at the point. He'll send this one goal, blocked by Kupernagari, and that could have been a dangerous chance. Savoni now will pick it up. Savoni and Kaplan, the 2 defensemen for Chaparral. Savoni curling in his own end. He'll dish it to Philip Kaplan. Snapped ahead. Umar somehow caught that one. What a play by Reed Umar. Left for Kaplan, trying to gain the zone now. McCann hustling to the bench. He'll go. No hesitation this time, as it was last week. Curry, the 6th skater for the Firebirds. Dunn thrown to the middle. Need to get some pressure on this puck here. Wiglinski now across the red. Wiglinski, Umar playing goal. Thrown on, just wide. He's now with it. They need possession. 53 remaining. Thrown again. But again, thwarted aside by a red jersey. And here's Umar the other way. Trying to muscle it forward. Dunn will come away with it. Kupernagari with him. Dunn, slip back door. There for Savoni. Oh, what a save by Howie! When they needed him most, he was there. He keeps the 1-goal lead for the Avalanche for now. 26 seconds remaining. Shoveled on goal. This one has a chance off the pipe. The Firebirds are still kicking. 15 seconds remaining. Arm in the air. They can't pull the goalie. They want the whistle here. And they will get it. 13 seconds roughly. 12.9 to be exact. What a sequence, Colgin.
I said it was going to be a fun finish, and we have exactly that here. The Avalanche were mere inches away from icing this game.
And Colson Howie as well at the other end. Highway robbery with the blocker on Drew Curry, or Savoni rather, who had the chance of the game, but a questioning Savoni was met with the answer. 10 seconds on the clock. Draw one forward. Curry digging away. Savoni looking to hustle in there. Thrown far side. First one there is going to be Babbitt. Trying to hold on the wall. 1 second. And somehow, some way, Flagstaff comes away with a victory in an unbelievable night full of controversy and swing calls. I mean, Colgin, what do you have to say? I mean, there's so many things that happen in this game that switch the impact. So many little calls, so many little plays, little saves. All these things added up to a 4-3 win for Flagstaff.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Chaparral, it's going to be the goal from Mason, or the goal from Christian Welker, one that was sat on the goal line. The referees called the goal. That's going to be the difference maker in this contest. And man, what a game we just saw. I mean, these two teams sitting towards the middle and the bottom of the league just put on a performance of a lifetime, and some absolutely unbelievable plays from both teams. And Flagstaff remains ahead and prevails for the win.
And Chaparral still trying to find their footing. They came off a win against Horizon, a close game to Hamilton, and now another close one. And a game you could argue that they had a really good chance to win and maybe should have won, but nonetheless, what a treat we had on an incredible doubleheader tonight, Colgin.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams showed absolute amazing flashes of skill. Chaparral especially, without some of your best players in the lineup. It was truly just two performances from both teams. Both teams have to be proud of how they performed walking away from this game.
So, final score from the Ice Den Scottsdale in this back half of the doubleheader. 4 goals for the Avalanche, 3 for the Firebirds, and a 4-3 win for Flagstaff in this latter game. But from the ice den, Scottsdale, myself, Eastson, Stockford, alongside me on the call, Colgin, Hirschel, and on the sticks, Dr. Ben Smith. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We hope you're enjoying the season so far. We will likely be back at it very soon, and what has been an incredible year. We hope you guys will like and subscribe to Dr. Ben's channel, AZ Sports Media. He puts a lot of time and effort into this, and then also the AHSHA YouTube channel as well. But from the ice den, Scottsdale, we wish you guys a good night. 4-3, your final score.